The rain has stopped, thank goodness. I put up a post about an hour and a half ago and it was lashing down here, but it looks grand now. And you know what, we're up on a bit of a height here and the pitch is taking it absolutely brilliantly. Now it's going to be a wee bit slippy in a few places and indeed around the goal area, and you see there the effect of the breeze with the match programme. I think they're going amiss. There is a lot of late changes and a lot of late news to give you, and big news it is as well. But as I say, the main thing for now is that the weather is pretty good up here in Jordanstown compared to what it was earlier in the day, and hopefully that is the rain gone for this evening. But it is the the Belfast Classic game between Ulster University and Queen's University. We're looking at the home team here and the home squad going out and doing a bit of a warm-up, and you do need a bit of a warm-up on a night like this. We got soaked when we got here first, so we're drenched a bit, but those lads are just coming out now, so hopefully they are okay, and we're going to get a good game of football here tonight in the 2026 Electric Ireland Sigerson Cup round 3. So we will go through the teams in detail in a few minutes, but now I'm just going to give you the big news for now. So for Queens, their captain Dan Higgins hasn't made it. He got injured last week down against UCC in Abbottstown, so he doesn't make it. He's gone, and into midfield Cathal Hines comes in there to partner Anton Tohil. I was nearly going to say Anthony Tohil there. The other big news is that for Queens they've lost Joe Finnegan, their fullback, so another blow for them. And they had 2 late fitness tests and they both failed. So Paddy McGurk, who was due to come in for Joe Finnegan, he is a son of Johnny McGurk from Lavey, and he now hasn't made it either. And Rory Forbes, another big blow to them, great player for them, he hasn't come through a late fitness test either. And John McGurk from Lavey, who is a cousin of Paddy, if you follow all this, he's in. And Matthew Ennis is in, and Oren Campbell. So 27, 28, 19, those 3 guys will be starting, as well as Cathal Hines in midfield. So Queens, a few blows for them there, especially late in the day. And as for Ulster University, well, they of course had the big blow as well in that Rory Canavan isn't going to make it. McAvoy, Kieran Daly, it's just too soon for those boys. Owen Michael Home is going to be there in the subs. Lorcan McGarrity not about either, I don't see as well. So really both teams not at full strength, but that's what you get, I guess, in the middle of January here with the way things are going and the games that they're playing, not just for their universities but for their counties as well. It's quite demanding, and there's going to be a few injuries here and there. Let me bring in Ronan McGeehan. Ron, you're very welcome.
Well, thank you very much, Jerome.
What do you make of all those changes? Will they just balance each other out, or is it a case of maybe looking at that and thinking, you know what, Queens are maybe harder hit there?
Yeah, it would seem that Queens are harder hit. 2 very late changes there, and then 2 other changes from last week anyway, from earlier on today, I would guess. But yeah, no, with Sigerson, obviously you'd want to just gel as much as possible, get as much game time together as possible, and just to kind of get that cohesion in your panel. So it's good and bad that these 4 men that are coming in, they do get some more game time, more chemistry, and with their teammates. But also with the 4 men who are out, they would have had more game time, and now with the 3rd game, you'd want to have your team more set than having to make 4 changes. So it is a hard hit for them.
When you mentioned all those games, I mean, we did the game 2 weeks ago down in Burren, and Ulster University were well beaten that night by DCU, and they made a lot of changes for the game against MTU Cork, and they won that, and they now have a bit of stability because they've named the same team that played last week, so maybe they have a bit of an advantage there, even though Queens have played well in their 2 games, and you know there's no disgrace in losing to UCC last week.
Yeah, no, it's definitely would be helpful keeping the same team. As I said before, you just have better understanding of each other. You get, because it's different between club and county teams, you're training day in, day out, week on week on week. But with Sigerson, you're limited because you have a lot of men training away with county teams or even playing with county teams. And your biggest time to gel is on the pitch during an actual match. So it is a big factor in this competition.
Absolutely. Well, I'll tell you what then, let's go to the teams then, because we're not far away from the start. That's Queens we're looking at, so we'll tell you about them. So Aaron Lee in goals, he's a dub from Fingal Ravens. Then you have Joey Clark from Donegal at 2, 27 Matthew Ennis, then Oren Campbell 28, John McGurk from Lavey wearing 19. Then you have Conor O'Neill wearing 6 from Donegal, David Scullion, Balahi 7. Midfield you have Cathal Hines from Glenravel 8. Anton Tohil will wear 9, he's vice captain. but I think he was in there taking the toss, and the toss will be important. The breeze is going, as you're looking at it, from right to left, and actually the rain, where's me saying the rain's not there? You can see it there quite high over on the far side in the top of the shots there, so there is rain here, but it doesn't seem to be, it's not coming into us anyway. That's all I'm worried about. 10 is Conal Higgins from Maherafelt, the brother of the captain who can't make it. 11 Ronan Cassidy, another from Donegal. 12 Luke Diamond, Balahi. 13 Noah Grimes, Donegal. He's been in fantastic form the last couple of weeks. 14 Michael Burnett from Portadown, Tiernan Oak Club there. He'll play out around the middle. And 15 Ryan McQuillan from Glen Ravel. As for Ulster University, Ronan Burns from Drumgath 1. Finan O'Brien from Devonish 2. 3 Louis Kelly from Trua, and strangely enough there's 3 players from that Monaghan club. 4 Ronan Boyle, another from that club. Gary Mohan number 9, so 3 from that club. 5 is Ben Cullen from Edendork. 6 Ryan Nugent, this is for Ulster Uni. 7 James Donaghy, Carrickmore. 8 Senan Carr from Clonduff. 10 Jody McDermott from Waddies, and his brother Danny is at number 12. 11 Ryan McGill, the captain from Burren. 13 Charlie Diamond from Balahi. I'm not sure what the relation is with Luke Diamond. Maybe somebody can tell me on the YouTube live chat there. Cian O'Brien from Devonish at 14. Rory McCullough 15. And Owen Michael Home is in the subs for Ulster University wearing 27. Expect to see him at some point in this game. So as I say, the team's almost ready. And it looks to me, well, I'm not sure if Ulster University are playing from right to left. We'll work that out in a second. I think they are, looking at the way the Queen's players are coming up. They are playing, so big advantage there in the first half to Ulster Uni because the rain and the wind going with them, and that's one of the reasons why we're on this side of the ground here tonight. We came here and set up a couple of hours ago with that in mind.
Oh no, it is the other way around. I think Ulster University are playing left to right, and Queens will be with the wind in the first half.
Yeah, just looking at the goalkeeper. Yeah, the Ulster Uni goalkeeper has gone to his right and has picked up his gloves and is now heading away over to the left. So it's advantage Queens with the conditions in the first half. The referee, you'll have noticed there, is Sean Herson from Galway in Tyrone, no better man. Fourth official Chris Brown from Antrim, and on the lines you have Paul Falloon from Down and Kevin Park from Antrim. So about to get started. What else do I need to tell you? Well, there's ATU Galway against DCU tonight. In fact, that game was at 6 o'clock, so should get your result of that one. And after these 2 games tonight, we'll be down to 8. So the quarter-finalists all waiting for the winners from the 4 games over the last 2 days. And we already know that Maynooth and Ulster, or University of Galway, came through last night. Right, Sean Herson's going to get us underway. Let's go then. The Bell Classico, the Belfast Derby. Let's have it. It is, oh, the Queen's players on the wrong side. That's Tohil there. He's now going to the right side. So Queen's indeed are playing with the conditions in the first half, but it's also University getting possession right away on their home territory here in Jordanstown. And this is Charlie Diamond working around just outside the arc. That's their number 6, Ryan Nugent. A little bit of room in there now, and it's Ryan McGill, of course, the captain, and has been for a few years. They won it in 2024, Ulster University. The previous time was, I think, 2008 or 7 before that, so a long time. But they got that one a couple of years ago. Now they're trying to get a ball in there and get a little bit of room. That's laid off by Rory McCullough, number 15. It's going to be tough to get a score at this end of the ground. The breeze has really picked up in the last couple of minutes, and the rain, unfortunately, is back. So it's going to be really, really difficult. Scores are going to be at a premium for Ulster University in this first half, and they're just keeping possession here, which is sensible play. Queen's just, of course, sitting in. This is Ben Cullen, the number 5. And looking off camera here, Ronan, do you spot anything? It's all very tactical at the minute. Oh, hold on, this happens so quickly. It can be nothing happening and then something can happen. Cian O'Brien, 14 involved. Now he's trying to get through there and he's laid it off there, Diamond. And you see how difficult it is for them, Ronan, just to even get a chance at a kick. Yeah,
Ulster University, I think this half will just slow it down, control the game, not let Queens get too many counter-attacks with that wind, not give them any goal chances or any 2-point chances. And Ulster University will just have to basically walk the ball over the bar in this first half, because that wind is very, very strong, and it's getting even stronger as the minutes go by here.
Yeah, it was a brilliant decision by our director Mark a couple of hours ago to be on this side of the ground, because you can feel the rain and the wind coming up from the back, sort of on the right side, so it's going almost diagonal but definitely very strong. And as you say, it's going to be really difficult for Ulster University to get close to goal, and even then, you know, the wind will play havoc with them. Even if, you know, you get a solo wrong or that kind of thing, it's going to be really tricky. So they're going to have to be really precise, but so hard to get through. And there you might have thought, in that sort of position there in the past, you might have gone for it, but he's going, no, they're being very, very cautious here, Ronan, aren't they? They really are.
They'd be... I can understand why they'd be a bit standoffish and why they don't want to take their men on or take the ball into contact too much, because any sort of hand in that slippery conditions today with the muck and the rain.
Well, here comes the first effort, and there you see exactly. They were so patient there for 2 or 3 minutes, and they got a shot in, and it just didn't reach, and it was well taken in there by the Queen's goalkeeper Aaron Lee, who, as I say, is a dub from the Fingal Ravens, the only what's it, they call him a Mexican right here, isn't it? You know, from south of the border.
Oh, there's a couple of Monaghan men on there.
Yeah, I know, yeah. I remember a few years ago they used to have the teams for the freshers competition, and they actually had a team called the Mexicans, you know. Here come Ulster University again, and despite playing in the conditions, they're doing well here. Not just keeping possession, but moving it up the field nicely and getting it to Danny McDermott here. Danny slips it to Ryan Nugent, but forced to come back again as Queens get their players back. So the game settling into a pattern. And they go back out to Gary Mohan. He's one of the trio lads, one of the Mexicans. And off he goes. Was named at number 14 the last few weeks, but he plays out around the middle. And now he is named indeed in the middle. So they got that result against MTU Cork. Didn't have it all their own way, but at least got them back on track. And of course they'll be waiting for other players to come back, like Rory Canavan, McAvoy, Daly, if they can get those boys back and stay in the competition. But not at full strength tonight, it is fair to say. But then again, neither are Queens. Still trying to get an angle. Really difficult, and nobody willing to pull the trigger. It's now 4 minutes into the game, and there's been one shot, and even then it didn't get over the bar. It was aimed at over the bar, but didn't quite make it. Interesting
turnover.
It's a turnover, yeah, and it'll be interesting if they just play it through the hands or just let the ball in. You'd nearly be tempted to just let it go. But Queens are working it through the hands, and their number 14 there is Michael Burnett. He plays out around the middle. And that looks like Noah Grimes to me. It is indeed. He feeds it in, might want it back, doesn't. And this should be, could be if it's on target. It's definitely gone over, and that looks like the first score. The umpires just having a bit of debate about it, but I think that's a score for Ryan McQuillan. We're a little bit blocked in our vision here, but I think that was given, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a point.
Yeah, I know it was a point, but I wasn't sure if they give it. I didn't see the umpires make a decision. So, but that shows, I guess, how easy it is for Queens. I mean, Jordanstown had to try so hard to try and get up the field there and get a score, and Queens went down and got a score in 5 seconds.
Exactly. It's just with that wind, Queens do have the liberty to kick the ball in, but the keeper didn't have any problem with the wind there. He got a good kick on it. And
well taken by Gary Mohan as well. He's doing good work around the middle. That was great work. He brought it down. And they are working hard, and they're going to have to work extremely hard this half. And apologies to Ulster University. I called them Jordanstown. But we're in Jordanstown. But it is Ulster University. There's people even go back further and call them the Poly. But it's Ulster University in the white at home here in the Electric Ireland Sigerson Cup now with Danny McDermott. And is he going to have a go? He does have a go, and that's Rory McQuillan. Well, there you go. Never mind the conditions, never mind the breeze. That's the way to do it. He nailed it. Maybe they were being a bit too shy running.
Yeah, that was a great point off the left foot. It did help that he was on this side. The wind kind of is going down to the bottom left-hand corner. So with the left foot swinging it around, he just needs to aim for the right-hand post here, and the wind should hopefully do its work if he gets a good enough connection on it. It was a great score.
I didn't look at it exactly in the replay. It wasn't outside the arc, sure, was it?
No, it wasn't.
No, I didn't think so. No, right, okay, just double checking. That's another thing. When you're commentating, you can't spot everything. So just making a double check on that. I don't think there's a scoreboard in the ground here either. So just clarifying that. So it's 1-1, but a super score. Maybe it's just the way he nailed it. He hit it really hard, and you know the breeze was coming in a wee bit in that side, but he maybe gave that a bit to that side because of that. But 1-1 now. But it's Queens again, looking to get on the attack down on the left-hand side, and they get it as far as Luke Diamond. And now he might be able to swing this over if he just connects, and indeed, again, an easier one for them now. The referee's got one hand up there. What was that for?
It was a 1-pointer, not a 2-pointer.
You have to put up your hand for one?
You do, yeah.
Do you?
Yeah, you need to distinguish between.
All right. Because usually they put their hand up and I'm thinking, was there a foul? They're going to bring it back. Why would you bring it back? But okay, it's 2-1 to Queens. The goalkeeper is Ronan Burns from the Drumgath club in County Down. They wear Galway colours, the maroon. And that kick, you're right, he's getting good distance in that one. He's gone to that side again, but that time it went right over the line.
Yeah, the wind it seems to be changing a little bit. It's more going across the field here from the camera side to the far side to the bank side. So I can imagine a lot of kickouts will be going out that sideline, and I'm sure he'll adjust as well.
Well, as a goalkeeper then, Ronan, would you not be going other side compensating? Or is he looking, maybe he's looking for Gary Mohan?
Yeah, possibly looking for Gary Mohan. But if he kicked it this side towards the camera here, it would probably just drift off into the middle. But now I'm sure he'll kick it towards the middle, and the wind will kind of take it towards that sideline then.
Absolutely. And let's look at this again. Okay, I think the director's playing this for me just so I can see it was definitely inside the arc. I thought it was 99% sure, but you have to check. So a chance here for Queens, and I wonder could he even put it over from there in these conditions. No, he's not. It's gone to the left, and it's bobbling around there. It might end up in the net. It's a long distance away from where we are, but I can see now Queens have got it, or no, the goalkeeper has got it, and they're going to be able to clear. Nice comment coming in on the live chat there about Gary Mohan. He was outstanding over the summer in Philadelphia for the Young Irelands, won a Philly Senior Championship and a club first Senior North America. Cool. So Ulster University trying to come out with it, and there you see again how difficult the conditions are. And it's Luke Diamond for Queens stealing it away. This is Joey Clark, one of the many Donegal lads out there, and of course Ulster University have another Donegal man as well, Connor Cush, in the subs. That's what you get at this level, boys from the same club. Could be an opposition. Balahi as well, have a diamond on each side. Is that going to make it? It's not. It's gone to the right, and it's gone wide. So 2-1 to Queens after 9 minutes, and given the conditions, Ronan, maybe they'd be hoping to be a bit further ahead, wouldn't they? Yeah,
I would say so, but Ulster are doing well in controlling the possession, especially for that first 5 minutes. But Queens would want to finish some of these scores now. They've dropped one short and one wide as well now, so they don't want to fix that.
It's going to be very tough going for Ulster University, as they were saying. But if to keep up that tempo and to keep possession like that, I mean, that's hard work.
Yeah, it is very hard work. They'll be tired going into half time, but with the wind in the second half, as long as it doesn't die, they'll get a burst of energy from that.
You would think so, and fresh legs as well. Now, that's well won on the break there, and it was Cathal Hines, I think, and he's wearing 9, and is that going over?
It's over carry-ins for you.
Oh, it's over carry-ins for you. So I'm looking through bars here, actually, of our platform here. It's quite difficult to spot, and then I'm using my monitor as much as possible, so apologies for that, but well spotted by Ronan. And yeah, I think Cathal Hines was the man on the break there, but I think he's wearing 9. He's down as number 8 in the programme. Or is that total? Hard to tell. Anyway, we'll get on with the play. Ulster University getting possession again, and they'll be relatively pleased 10.5 minutes into this game with the way they've started. McDermott again. They're wary now that he's going to try and get on that left foot. Ulster University just come back out as far as Conor O'Neill. This is Cassidy. Those two lads I've just mentioned, both from the Donegal club, and that's going to be a free in. There was a loose arm, shall we say, around there. Let's have a look at it again. Just around there. Yeah, well, maybe two fouls in there, but a chance for Ryan McQuillan, who got the first score of the game. Was McQuillan, wasn't it? Or was it McDermott?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was McCullough.
No. Oh, yeah, McCullough. Sorry, not McQuillan. Sorry, I'm getting mixed up. Rory McCullough, number 15. And I think he's got that. And he has, yeah, good score for Ulster. 2 points each. They'll be delighted with that. 11.5 minutes into this game, Rory McCullough. So we see it again. Not easy to do in these conditions, but he just about got it in on the left side there. Wind was carrying it a bit. Aaron Lee, the Queen's goalkeeper, Oh, and that's intercepted. It's gone to James Donaghy for Ulster University. This is a great chance for them here. They could even get in for a goal, and he's gone for it. But in the end, it has gone wide because it came off his own man. But just for a second there was a chance. Look at it again here. They had 3-on-3, or even 4-on-3 actually, and there was the chance. But it was Donald Scullion who got across with the block. And a goal there obviously would have been huge, as I say, given the conditions as well. Now the keeper has got good distance on that one. On the break, that's Gary Mohan battling for it. And Ulster University battling their way through and getting the decision as well. It's been an impressive start for Ulster. There's a ball out to this side. And they've favoured this side quite a lot in the first quarter of the game. This is Rory McCullough again. This is where he got the one earlier, and he's put it up there as well. Not sure it's going to get there. No, it's held up a little bit, and the keeper gets it, but takes 2 goes at it before clearing it. This is Joey Clark for Queens. This is Conor O'Neill. Conor making great progress for his team, but it breaks down, and that's happened quite a lot to Queens, Ronan, in the first quarter of this game, hasn't it?
It has. It's nearly like the wind is going too fast for them. They're trying to solo or bounce, and the wind's just kind of taking it away on them, or they just lose control of the legs.
And when you lose control, like, it can race away from you.
Yeah, all it takes is an inch here, and the ball could fly or skid another 2 feet, so it is very, very dangerous.
Cathal Hines. Is that Hines or is that Toal? That's Toal, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that is.
Yeah,
Toal.
they've switched their jerseys, 8 and 9. That's what they've done. So Toal's wearing 8 and Hines is wearing 9. So that's what I thought a couple of minutes ago. And now that's not going to have the distance, but it is going to go back for a free, isn't it? It is. And there's, yeah, number 9's in there. That's Cathal Hines. Yeah, so they've just gone and mixed them up. Recognised Toal's moustache. So 14 minutes gone. And he's looking for another ball. So 2 points each in these conditions. Ulster University will be very, very pleased, especially 2 weeks ago we saw them heavily beaten by DCU, but they've come back from that and beat MTU Cork last week, and they've started well here. I've just got confirmation from Liam Diamond that Luke and Charlie are brothers. I did ask before the game when I heard the team news, and we weren't sure, or they weren't sure, but good to get that confirmation. So brothers on opposite sides today. 13 Charlie Diamond for Ulster University, and Luke Diamond number 12 for Queens. We had it a few weeks ago down in Cork. The 2 brothers were actually marking each other. These 2 aren't, but 2 Diamonds on the pitch, 2 brothers. So both sons then of Carl Diamond, I take it. Ulster come again, and they're playing a very smart game, aren't they? You know, they're getting possession, they're running it through the hands and getting men up, and Queens are dropping off, and they're getting a lot of territory, you know.
Yeah, they are. They're keeping the ball well. We'll see how they get on from here, but to only be 2 points down after 15 minutes with this wind is not too bad.
So 2 points each. Here comes Toal now, and he's just going to put it in there, and that can be the problem. Now, is he going to be able to keep it in? Queens, yeah, down in that corner. I'd nearly sped away from him and made it difficult for him. Now the referee's blowing there.
No, that's the game behind us.
Oh, it is? I just wondered.
Yeah. I believe that was a 2 point free from Queens there just before on their last free kick there. I think it was a 2 pointer. So
what do you reckon? 3-2?
4 points to 2.
4 points to 2.
That's how I have it.
You have it 4-2, right? We'll adjust that in our scoreboards. That's the problem with not having a scoreboard in the ground here, I'm afraid. So it's Queen's University not 4, Ulster University not 2. Yeah. That's Cullen, number 5. This is Mohan. And you can see the top of the screen there, and your shots, the rain there. And that actually is spilled, and there might be a chance of a goal here. Well, it's gone wide in the end, but that was a chance again, and they've had a few of them. Well, Gary Mohan just put it in there, just give it a dig. And it dropped in front of the keeper, and you'll understand what happened there, Ronan. He goes for it, and then it drops short.
Yeah, I'd say the wind had a factor there.
Big.
Yeah, massive factor. I'd say the ball just died in midair, and that would put you off. And then with the muck in the goal mouth too, might just been a slip of the feet.
Look at the distance, so he's gotten that kick out. Oh, and our monitor has decided to go as well. It nearly went down the field too. I've just managed to, between Ronan, catch it here, and we've got our monitor back. But yeah, that shows you how difficult the conditions are here now. But Queen's looking to get another score. And there's another whistle, but it's from the hockey game behind us, Ronan, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah. Actually, our monitor seems to have died. Yeah, it's difficult up here, so apologies if everything's not absolutely perfect here tonight, but it is really, really difficult. We're exposed here out in the open here to these conditions, and our monitor coming back up coincidentally has Hollyland on it. Must be the brand that does these here. It looks like Holyland.
It does indeed.
Doesn't it?
I don't know what happened there. It looked like the umpire was given a 45, but the referee overruled it and gave it as a wide.
I didn't see. I was trying to catch my monitor, but I'll take it. That's amazing
That's a
distance, and
massive kick.
that kick out into the wind, and the Ulster team getting another free out of it. Yeah, how's he getting such distance in them kickouts?
That's very, very impressive now. That's one landed on the far 45 against that wind. It's a massive, massive kick. And I think in the conditions, that's the best sort of kick for today, because we saw with the Queen's kick out there earlier, Ulster nearly got a goal chance from it, just from the wind moving the ball mid-air or anything. It's better to lose it on the other team's 45 than on your own 45, would be my advice today if I was playing.
Yeah, so you played here, of course. Is this full size? This pitch like a full size GAA pitch, or is it a wee bit shorter?
It might be a little bit shorter, but
yeah,
it's definitely not the smallest around either. I think the pitch in behind is actually shorter. So
great work by Gary Mohan there. There's a chance here, and he's trying to curl it in, but just doesn't quite make it. And it's gone wide. But actually the referee has his hand up, not for a score, but for advantage being given. And is he bringing it back for a free? It looks like he is. He's come over here. Now the players are all going the other way, but he looks to be giving a free, and it is indeed a free for Ulster University, and they've now all realised that. There's something on the live chat there saying the umpire gave that as a wide for the two-pointer running.
Oh, I thought that he had two arms up. He just didn't have the orange flag. Oh,
yeah, but maybe umpire give it wide. Okay. Yeah, it's a bit confusing here. As I say, there's no scoreboard here, so there's a little bit of confusion. We'll try and clarify that for you, but we don't know for sure. Now that's coming in, is it? Oh, it's very unlucky. I think it's gone. Is he giving it?
The umpire on the far side is giving it, yes.
Well, as you can hear, a lot of debate beside us. We're beside the Ulster University dugout, and they were delighted with it, but the umpire on the right looked very hesitant and then put his hand up about halfway. But it looked to me like it was going, and at the last minute it tailed away, and I thought it was wide, no?
Yeah, it would have been very close to going over the post anyway. You could see the post actually swinging, so that might have had an effect on it too with the wind.
Right. Okay, well again, there's confusion there that we can't clarify for you exactly, but you thought it was definitely a wide? Or a score, rather?
I'm honestly not too sure.
Okay.
It was... I thought it might have been wide, but...
So they might even be ahead. We're not sure. Apologies again. It's just really, really difficult out here to confirm all this. We will try. But that could be Ulster University 3-2 up, even if the two-pointer wasn't given. I just don't know. Maybe check on the Twitter. I'll do that in a second, but I'm trying to do everything here and follow the game and save my monitor. Now, there is number 19 for Queen's University. That's John McGurk. 6 is Conor O'Neill. And whatever the case, whether they're ahead by a couple of points or down by one, Queens will need to do more, I think. Yeah. Coming up to half-time with these conditions in the last 10 minutes.
I think that free kick was wide earlier. I've just got a text, but I think Sean Hurston had the two hands up, but then changed it to waving it wide, so I just got confused on that. But I think
so
Queens
3-2?
3-2, yeah.
So it's 3-2 to Ulster University. Okay, thanks for that. We have it 4-4, but we'll change it. We'll fix that for you. And there's Sean involved again, the Tyrone referee. And he's got great authority when he referees, and these lads respect him, of course. And the new rules help that too. But yeah, all these games, like we've done on the Sigerson the last 2 or 3 weeks, have all been played in really good spirit. Queens again, maybe getting a little bit anxious as they are losing by 3 points to 2 despite playing with these conditions. Now that was a pull down by Rory McCullough, and Sean Herson wants a word for that one, understandably. That was a rather crude tackle and indeed a yellow card. Just checking elsewhere in the live chat, which has proved to be very important tonight, just to keep things right. And somebody tell me as well, it's Donald Scullion, not David, and he's from Clandabana Banbridge, not Balahi. Really? No, it's come from a down man, you should know. Well, I knew it was Donald Scullion, but I thought it was Balahi. Anyway, I thought he was son of Tom Scullion. There's a chance for Queens. Has it gone over?
It has.
Yeah, the umpire put one hand up, so yeah, that's a score. And so that should be level now. And I say should because I'm double checking everything now. 23 minutes nearly gone. So Ronan Burns got a great kick the last time, but he's had a couple of false starts here, maybe looking a short one. Now he goes long and he puts that up high, and maybe the higher trajectory means that it is held up, and indeed it is. And that's well won by Tohull for Queens. They need a really big 7 minutes here at the end of the half. They get it to Michael Burnett. And Michael goes forward down the left, and he will carry it forward for them. He's looking for a bit of help, and Noah Grimes hasn't been able to get into it just yet. Excellent player, but he does come good in games. They got a goal a couple of weeks ago down at Abbottstown from Tohull in the first game that they won against University of Galway, and Grimes set it up for him. And then last week they got a goal late as well and nearly beat UCC, and it was Noah Grimes got a goal there. Queen's man goes to ground, but no free, so fed back out. And there's a challenge coming in, I think, from Mohan, desperately trying to win that and just doesn't quite. Now it comes out to Ronan Cassidy, and Ronan fancies it, just doesn't have the distance. Was hoping maybe it might carry, but it didn't. And Ulster University, 24 minutes in now, get possession again, and they've been good in possession. Now coming up the right hand side here by their own dugout with Nugent. Nugent shrugs off his man. Has support here from Charlie Diamond. And he's got James Donaghy and uses James. James from the Carrickmore Club in Tyrone. And there on that corner where the breeze is coming in really, really strong from that corner. So they come back out. Nugent again. Donaghy again. And all the way back out to Jody McDermott. So 5 to go to half time. It's been interesting without having any real drama so far. Charlie Diamond again, and you know, they've maybe been rewarded, and they're getting a free, they're getting reward there as well. But I was going to say, Ronan, they're probably being rewarded for the way they've gone about this game, Ulster University, in the first 5 minutes, the way they kept possession. Tactically, they've done really well into these conditions.
Yeah, no, I would say so. They knew going in that kicking into those goals would be extremely, extremely difficult. You just need to pick your chances, and I see a yellow card there for Anton Tohull as well, so you need to be careful for the rest of the game. But yeah, no, they're playing it perfectly, slowing the game up, keeping possession, not limiting Queens on their chances to get 2-pointers or goals or fast breaks. That would have been their big point in this half, and to even possibly go 1 point up here now with 5 minutes to go in the half, that would be a massive boost for them.
Absolutely. Clarification from Andun Abu, grandson of Tom Scullion. He was born and reared in Banbridge and plays for Banbridge along with 3 older brothers. He's also in the down squad, scored a goal against Tyrone in the McKenna Cup last week. Thanks. Is that going to go? It's just... yeah. Hand goes up again, and Ulster University subs celebrate that one. And they lead by 4 points to 3. And that I did not see coming at the start of this game when I realised that they were playing into the breeze. But that's been a really monumental effort in the first half, and Queens, as say, will be disappointed. Not that there's that much in it, but they're leaving themselves with a mountain to climb in the second half. But that's great play again from Ulster University over that far side. They're getting stuck in and winning those dirty balls, and tonight it really is dirty, tough ball running.
It really is. It's less of a game today about skill and more of a game about determination, just willpower to dive on that ball, dive for that block, or you could possibly slide on the ball here today. That would be the big pointer to win in this game, and just being smart, doing the simple things well would be just keeping your skills to the basics, nothing too fancy.
Yeah, and on the umpire situation, they have to put the orange flag up, not the two hands. It's the referee puts the two hands up. They have to put the orange, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they have any flags here today, though.
Really?
For the points, they're just putting one hand up themselves. So
right,
I think that's where the confusion came from.
Here's an effort from distance. Has this got the... No, it hasn't got the direction. It's gone right and wide, and Queen's starting to get a bit agitated the way this half is going. They've only got 2.5 minutes left, and they're behind by 4 points to 3. Place in the quarterfinals up for grabs here, but really it's more about local pride and bragging rights. Now the referee is going to go all the way in here, and what's the decision here? Has the goalkeeper maybe taken too long?
It may have been a breach, it looked like, the way
Sean
was
when he made
his
that
hand.
decision with his hand. Is that a breach?
Yeah, I think that's a breach. They had too many men push forward for the kick out.
Right, okay.
And they're going to go for the 2-point free as well.
Yeah, bringing it back out. All right, interesting. We've had everything this half, and it's not all been clear, but I think we're clear now with 2 minutes to go to half time, and this here now to go back into the lead by a point if he can get this. And in these conditions, you'd imagine there's a good chance. Go for the post on our side. The Breeze is going to take it. Has he got it over? No, it's wide.
No, that's where I got confused earlier.
He put the two hands up. As you say, they're not supposed to do that. They're supposed to do the flags. They don't have the flags. But he put the two hands up. You know, when umpires give it wide, they put it up and then go wide, but he didn't.
I noticed that earlier, and when he did that earlier for that free that we missed, or that went wide, I thought it was he was going up to put the two hands up, but he's actually going up for the wide.
Right, I hope you're all following this. Queens now lead 1 point with 1 minute to go in the half. But again, Ulster University, they've worked so hard around the middle on the breaks and the kickouts, and they might even get an equaliser here, and they have equalised. There's the one hand going up, and a really good score again, and they might go in level now. And they'll be delighted with that. They still have work to do in the second half, but that's a great response even after the 2-pointer to go up the field, and they've done that so often in this half, winning really, really tough, dirty ball, and then their forwards have found the range as well. And that's Mohan taking it rather easily in the middle of the field as well and taking his mark. And that's Joey Clark from Queen's going over to try and deal with that. But again, also University, brilliant work. And I think it was by Donaghy, was it?
Yeah, James Donaghy, number 7.
That's terrific work, going down on it and coming away. And that sort of sums up the way the first half has gone. Queen's haven't been able to live with them really in the first half. This is Danny McDermott. He wants to turn and come inside. Leaves it off, and now he looks to have a go and then doesn't. Fancied it, Rory McCullough, and then didn't. So they've been very sensible, they've been patient, and they've been careful with their shot selection. And you know, they obviously haven't had 2-pointers, so they've scored 5 times into the Breeze in the first half. I mean, that's really admirable.
They have, and it is very, very impressive. But you could see just the effects on the wind there. That was a chip pass across the field there by James Donaghy, I think, and the wind just carried it straight over Ben Cullen's head, I believe it was.
And look at the distance he's got on that. Just pump it up there. And there's 2 men have got in behind here for Queen's University, so they have got a chance here right at the end of the half. But Ulster University have closed the door. Or have they? This is Grimes looking to get a score to put Queen's in front going into the break, and indeed he has. So 6 points to 5, 1 minute into added time, and they have the luxury of being able to just bomb the ball forward. Sometimes it doesn't work out that easily, just because you have the wind and you bomb the ball forward. It doesn't always work, but it did on that occasion. So I don't think with too many hold-ups, maybe there might be one more minute. Nope, not even. That's it. It's half-time, and it's 6 points to 5 for Queen's at half-time in the Bell Classico, the 2026 Electric Ireland Sigerson Cup Round 3 game, and the winner will go into the quarter-final draw. And at the minute, Ulster University, although they're 1 point behind Ronan, they're in a very strong position, aren't they?
Yeah, they won't go out this half, but I'm sure one thing that Barry Dillon will be telling them is you don't just kick it in every single time, kick it in long, because that's a recipe for disaster. You still need to play it smart, you still need to be patient at times, let the patient build-up go, and then take your chances when they come, but there will be more opportunity for 2-pointers. We saw in that first half, Ulster had a couple of frees just outside the arc, and you wouldn't dream of it in wins like that. But now in this half, if they got those opportunities, I'm sure that they would take those 2-pointers, and that's 4 or 6 points easily there from those sort of situations. So they will be looking to drive on now this half.
Yeah, that's sort of the point I was trying to make about Queens there when they were going in there, that in the last couple of minutes of the half they were bombing it forward and it worked, but there's it doesn't always work that easily. Just checking, trying to get you a full time in the other Sigerson game here tonight as well, while we look at the Jordanstown boys over at the bench there. It doesn't look like they're going all the way down to the building. They're just going to be right beside us here at half time for the chat, and maybe the half time chat won't be that long. And you've got it, have you? ATU. Oh, it's 8 o'clock, is it?
Yeah.
ATU Galway. Oh, do you know what's happened there? So it's ATU Galway against DCU. Was to be at 6 o'clock. So I'd say what's happened is earlier in the day I saw that the game was moved because of the weather. So maybe it's a later start because of that. So that's at 8 o'clock. So I told you earlier on 6 o'clock. So what it means is now in the quarterfinals, the 4 teams sitting in there waiting: UCD, UCC, UL, and TUD. They're the teams who went through with winning both games. And then on the other side of that, if you like, who would be paired against them, you have Maynooth and also our University of Galway, who won last night. And then you have the winners of this, and then the winners of ATU Galway and DCU. So that's the situation. Do you know what? There's not much happening, and I think we need a bit of a break just to get our monitor settled and get us settled after what's happened in that first half, and make sure that we've got the score absolutely right as well. So we're going to take a wee break for a few minutes. It's windy up here in Jordanstown for this game. As if you didn't know, there's proof from the blue and white flags. And also, I have to eat a bit of humble pie here and say to Ronan McGeehan, you were right, because Ronan went to the referee at half-time and clarified the score. Now, online, different people have it different scores, 7-5, we had it 6-5. The actual score is Queen's University. Well, I should let you tell us.
It is 8 points to 5 to Queen's University.
Right, so you reckon that 2-pointer we were debating and you said was a 2-pointer and I talked you out of it? That was a 2-pointer.
I also got texts on my phone as well saying that it was waved as a wide, so no, I think that was the one that had us confused.
Yeah, so it's 8 points to 5. That's to clarify it now, but this is going to be tricky in the second half. But hopefully we'll read it a bit more. We didn't realise they didn't have the flags up here as well for the game in the first half, and they're not going to have it. So the umpire, when he puts up one hand, it's a point.
Yeah.
And two,
or a 45.
Or
just
a 45.
Depends how it feels.
Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, it's been confusing. I'm looking round and I'm actually looking at the Ulster University bench, and our camera's going round to see it as well. Well, it's more of a dugout to have a bench in it, but you know what I mean. And I think they have stripped out number 21 Harry McGill, a brother of Danny McGill from Burren, and he is going to come in. Don't know who he's going to come in for, but a change there for Ulster University at half time. And there's Benny Hurl coming over. I think he's maybe informed the referee about that as well. And Queen's University where are they? Are they way down to the left? I think they are. But anyway, we'll see if they make any changes. But we're really looking forward to this second half. Despite the conditions and the difficulties here, it's going to be a cracking second half. And this really is what third level is all about. You know, in nights like this, you've got to dig it out and you've got to beat your rivals or your first class rivals. On a night like this, you've got to really put the conditions to one side. And as Ronan said in the first half, you know, it's more tonight about just winning those difficult balls and putting it in as much as silky football running.
Yeah, most definitely. There's not too much space for silky football out here today, because a beautiful pass that on a normal day just bounces nicely into the chest. Today it could go 20 metres the wrong way. Like I'm even seeing here now, the Ulster University subs, they're warming up by shooting 2-pointers out this side. Over to the right, yeah.
I'm looking here at Ronan Boyle there doing a bit of a stretch there, so the physios with him making sure he's okay, the number 4 for them. But yeah, they're practicing, although they're not going to be shooting in that way in the second half, the Ulster University boys. But yeah, it's going to be tricky. But you know, Queen's, they didn't have the lion's share of possession in the first half, so it's how you use it.
Yeah, exactly. Obviously they used it a bit better than we thought with that additional 2-pointer, but now Ulster University were sure to just keep the majority of the possession, just to slow the game down and give Queens as little chance as possible to get those 2-pointers, to get those scores. And they had one goal chance there from a ball fumbling in, which is a big danger today.
Well,
we
Queens didn't have any goal chances.
No, there was
maybe that's because they're not
goal line scramble.
Oh, there was.
Yeah.
But here, is 3 points enough, do you think?
It's hard to know today, because any sort of ball could drop in the net. We saw as well on the other side, a long ball went in. Gary Mahone was going for a 2-point shot, and the wind just stopped it dead mid-air, and the keeper had to dive forward on it, and there's a scramble in the goal line there too. So anything could happen. Like 3 points definitely, I wouldn't say is enough for either team.
Well, never mind goals. It's a night for 2-pointers, isn't it? You know, of Ulster University here, and they look nice and sprightly. They're out there. They can't wait for this second half. If they work it through the hands the way they did and get into the right positions, get men in for 2-pointers, I think they could win this game rather comfortably, to be honest.
Yeah, I would say so, but you have to remember 2 weeks ago down in Bern when they were playing DCU, they were very, very close in the first half and they were playing with the wind in the second half, but DCU just went very, very strongly then. They had a very strong second half. They ran the ball through the hands and were able to cut through the Ulster University defence, so they need to be careful of that too. They can't get complacent. They can't think we'll get the ball up the field and be able to pick the 2-pointers, because I'm sure Queens will be slowing the game down in this half as well and dominating possession and then picking their points when they come.
Absolutely, and we just got confirmation there of the change, so it's Harry McGill in for Louis Kelly from Trua. The number 3 has gone off, so one change for them, and The referee, Sean Herson, has been blowing his whistle for the start of the second half, but Queens
won't hear it down in the dressing rooms, down in the
did
sports
they go
complex.
all the way down?
I think they did, yeah.
Well, usually you get the home college who would maybe do that, but Ulster University are the team that didn't go in. So we're going to be waiting for Queen's University. It could be waiting for a while then, actually. I thought we were going to have the second half rather imminently, and Sean Herson is blowing his whistle, but I don't see any sign of them, do you?
No, I don't see them at all, unless it's through the crowd on the left-hand side. We can't really see over that side, but no, it's...
All right, well, it gives me a chance to ask you what I was going to ask you earlier. You know, a couple of years ago, Queen's played Ulster University down in the Dub, and Queen's won that night, and it was a great football night. Now, obviously, Queens were thrilled with it. You weren't playing that night?
No, I wasn't playing that night.
But
I never did.
From your experiences, do you know what it means to win this particular game? Never mind the fact that you get through to the next round.
The biggest one, I would say, is bragging rights, because a lot of these boys, they'll be playing against county teammates, club teammates, or even their housemates. I would imagine some of them might be living together in the Holy Lands. They travel together here in the same car up to this game, so it'd be massive bragging rights for them when they go back to the sitting room now this evening.
Or the Hatfield.
Or the Hatfield, yeah, that's probably a better idea.
They're probably sitting watching it in the Hatfield here tonight, I would imagine. Right. If it had known Queens had gone in, I mightn't have come back so early for the start of the second half during the break, actually. But we're having to fill here, and I don't see any sign of them. So do you know what? It gives me an opportunity, Ronan, to then talk about. I didn't think you'd get the opportunity to do this, but the night that you scored a goal. Come on, you showed me the video earlier. So you played outfield.
Yeah,
Freshers.
I was playing outfield for Queen's University at the time as
Queen's?
well. Yeah, I made the transfer after fresher year. But
so Ulster University saw your talent, scored a goal, and thought, we'll bring him up, but ended up putting you in goals.
Yeah, that must have been it. No, but I was playing for Queen's University down in the Dub, and it was in a Freshers League game, I think. And you're saying it was the year you started?
By 2019, yeah.
Yeah, 2019.
Yeah, live streaming wasn't that popular. It might even have been before that.
It was pre-COVID anyway, so...
Because I thought our first stream was actually at the start of COVID. But anyway, it's light years in sort of technology media terms, you know. But anyway, it's there. The evidence is there. You put it in the top of the net. It was a tidy finish.
Yeah.
So what are you, a forward or a goalkeeper?
Depending on the day.
Oh, really?
It changes day on day, yeah.
All right, okay.
Yeah, I would have played both the whole way growing up.
And tell me this. You see a lot of outfield players going into goals these days. How much of an asset is it? To be able to play outfield and play both.
Definitely at the start of these new rules, especially. I know they've changed now. It used to have to be 3v3 left in your own half, but now it's 4v3. But when it was 3v3, we saw with people like Niall Morgan, Ethan Rafferty, Rory Began all coming up and able to just swing their own 2-pointers, or being able to run just as a free man, basically, because obviously the defending goalkeeper has to stay in their net.
Glad to say Queens have now emerged for the second half, so we go again. It is Ulster University at home to Queens in this Belfast derby. We're out at Jordanstown. If you know your Belfast area, this is actually outside Belfast, and a lot of the students stay in the same area and live in the same area around by the area that's known as the Holy Lands, Damascus Street and Jerusalem Street and all sorts. And off we go then, and that's Gary Mohan jumping into that one and winning it rather easily right away to get possession for Ulster University, playing from right to left with the big breeze behind them. But it's a matter of how they use it. They trail by 3, but really that's only a 2-pointer and another point, and they're going to have a massive advantage here if they can get it to the shooters and get a few 2-pointers over. But they've given that one away rather cheaply to Queen's University. So the first half was interesting, but this is really what it is all about. A place in the quarter-finals is at stake to get into the last 8 of the Electric Ireland Sigerson Cup. They both suffered defeats and they both won a game as well. But tonight they're just thinking about this one game, and whoever can get through here. Your money would be on Ulster University, even though they are 3 points down. But Queens, as I say, have done well the last 2 weeks. Had a good win the first week against University of Galway, and last week against UCC they put up a good performance against a very good team And we're leading going into the last 10 minutes or so after a goal from Noah Grimes. So they have a very good team, even though tonight they lost Joe Finnegan and Dan Higgins from that team, but very capable and a good squad there. And they've been building over the last few years under Conor Deegan and now under Dan McCartan and Fergal Logan. And here is Noah Grimes and a lovely little pass there, and that could lead to a goal. It doesn't. It doesn't. It's blocked. Why, one of the defenders didn't even get as far as the goalkeeper there, but just for a moment it looked like it was going to open up, and it looked like Noah Grimes was going to shoot himself, but it was a really clever little pass, just maybe within about a metre, but it allowed them to get through, and there was a goal chance there for Queen's University. They weren't able to take it. 6 points would have been a nice cushion for them. Instead, this is James Donaghy now for Ulster University. I'll just bring in Ronan quickly there. Well, there's not much happening back here. That was a chance.
That was a very, very good chance against that wind as well. But Senan Carr just defended very, very well there. Got his position perfect and just got a hand to it. And it was very well defended just at the end. But they did get opened up, and Ulster would want to stop that because they saw against ECU that they can get hand pass through, so they would want to put an end to that.
Yeah, it's a warning sign for them at the start of the second half. The Queens are not going to go lightly. And they have that 3-point lead, and they're going to defend that, and they're going to try and get forward as often as they can as well. But it's Ulster University now with it. It's Charlie Diamond, and he's put an almighty effort, and it's coming in, it's gone over. Well, that is a diamond of a score from Charlie from Balahi, with his brother playing on the other side for Queen's University. He has scored a mighty score, and it must be a 2-pointer.
It was a 2-pointer that time. I made sure to watch the umpire and the referee very, very carefully not to mix it up. But no, it was a very, very impressive score. He does have a great left foot on him. He's no playing with him for the past few years. He's a defender for us, but he can definitely take a score, as we just saw.
And we just looked at the replay there. It was Senan Carr, a good spot. Yeah, was it? Yeah, the block in there, yeah. I think it was him, all right. He'd be a nephew of the great Ross Carr from Clonduff. Not to be confused with Senan Carr of Four Masters. Now, Queen's winning that one. Good work by Conor O'Neill to get it from his goalkeeper. They're going to have to really dig in the second half. Long way to go. A ball pumped down into the corner. They've got good distance on that, and they've got possession here as well. It's Noah Grimes getting to it, but it spills and it's over the line, and it's an Ulster University ball. So yeah, we're only 4 minutes in, and Ulster University have got it back to a 1-point game. And there the wind carrying that over the head of O'Neill. That's Jody McDermott. That's a good ball inside. There's no point putting it in. They're playing good football as well. And that's a great pass too, and that's James Donaghy, I think, up there. And the referee has come forward, and I think there was an infringement there. I'm looking through crowd here to try and see what happened there. But
it may have been a mark, actually. I think Charlie Diamond kicked that from outside the 45, and it was caught inside the 13. So it's basically a free play to go for a score.
Do you know what? Whatever it was good football. You know, and the kick passing was good. So that's level scores now. 8 points each, and there's a change being made by Ulster University. Oh, was it a wide? Sorry, I was been shown a substitution card and was distracted there. I presumed he'd put it over the bar. Did he put it wide on it?
I was looking at the substitution
you were
card
looking
too.
At that too, yeah. All right, okay. Well, our cameraman says it was wide, and at least he was watching. The sub, by the way, coming on for Ulster, at least got that. It's Leo Hughes from Dungannon coming in, and it's for one of the McDermotts. I think it's Jody McDermott. And there he goes, 24, Leo Hughes from Dungannon Clarks. Goalkeeper coming all the way out. Asks for it and gets it. Sean Herson, the referee. Some people asking about that. And yeah, it is Jody McDermott coming off. Two McDermott brothers on the field as well, but on the same team. So this is Ronan Burns out on his 45, and he goes for distance. I wonder if he even fancy a score maybe, and he's put it right in the middle of the defence there, and they've won it as well. And that's McDermott, the other brother. Well, one brother has gone off, and that's gone wide. That has gone wide, so missed opportunities there for Ulster University, and could easily have scored from either of those, but they don't, and it's Queen's still winning by a point. But it feels inevitable that Ulster University will get ahead here, but Queen's win it. And as I say, they've shown well the last few weeks, so let's see what they can do. They've got a great test up ahead here, and they've got Noah Grimes really fleet-footed there, getting in behind, and he's got a ball through there. Now the goalkeeper came out and dealt with that really well there, Burns, but you know what, Ronan, Noah Grimes has that sort of bit of ability there. He could create something or score something out of nothing.
Yeah, most definitely. He's very, very quick on his feet, which is very useful on a night like tonight, because plenty, I'm sure, getting stuck in the mud, but he's able to glide over it, it looks like. And that was twice now. He nearly hand-passed in for a goal chance. That one just didn't come off, unfortunately, for him.
Yeah, he just does a sidestep and he's gone, and that's a priceless quality in the modern game. So 37.5 minutes gone, just one score in the second half, and it was a 2-pointer for Ulster University. But we have had moments, both teams have had moments. This is Tohill coming forward for Queens. That's his midfield partner Hines from Glenravel, 2 from the Antrim club out there for Queens, the other Ryan McQuillan, number 15. Now they're doing to Ulster University what they did to them in the first half. It's Conor O'Neill holding it up. 1 point lead, 22 minutes to go. Now a little shimmy, try and get past his man, and he has got past his man and goes for it, and that was really intelligent, an excellent play, a low trajectory into the breeze, and that's a good score and puts Queens 2 up, and it's their first score of the second half.
Yeah, that was very impressive, taking his man on. He held on to the ball, took his time with it, went out the outside, and just, as you said, low trajectory over the bar. That's needed on a night like tonight with that wind, but it does seem to have died down a little bit.
It has, you know. I was just noticing that, yeah, it has died actually. And that will favour Queens, because Ulster University won't have quite the same advantage, obviously. This is Senan Carr. And this is Diamond. The sons of all these famous men who would have played around the 90s in a glory era for Ulster. The halcyon days when they won 4 All-Irelands in a row from 91 to 94. McGurks and Downies and Diamonds and people like that, and that's just Derry. Free for Queens, and yeah, they're answering a few questions here, to be fair, aren't they, Queen's University? And with the wind dipping a little bit as well, they're holding on, and they've got their 2-point lead, and you know, they're showing resilience.
Yeah, they are indeed. It does seem that the wind is more going across the field now than it was in the first half, which Queens will be delighted about as they go through.
Yeah, they're trying again to get through, but it's intercepted there by Ronan Boyle. That threat there again from Queens. They've been very clever with the way they're shooting and the way that they're passing the ball in there and working it. But Ulster University coming out of defence now, and that's a sub. Number 21, Harry McGill, coming forward for them if they can get a score here. And it's Cullen going forwards. Now it's been stopped, but the referee says illegally, so it's going to be a free in. And the last time I presumed it was going over the bar, so I'm not going to say it's a certain point until it's over. Good work there by Cullen. He's from Eden Dork and Tyrone, and he is, yeah, clearly fouled there by Hines. And Rory McCullough should easily pop this one over. And Sean Herson there from Galbally, which wouldn't be too far from Eden Dork. Uses a spray, but maybe not quite as effective in a night like this. And yeah, he makes sure, and it's back to a 1-point game. 20 minutes to go. And it's, let's say, going to be a long 20 minutes for Queens, but to their credit, they're still in the lead. Goalkeeper coming out is Aaron Lee. Where is he going to go with it? Some of the kickouts have been very good in the first 10 minutes of this half, and they have one possession from them. There's that breeze coming up again, but he gets good distance, but it's just punched clear. Oh, he's done really well to get out in front there, McCullough, for Ulster University. But good working back by Hines, and has he got the decision? I think he has. It's going to be a free out, and the referee seems to be signalling another substitution, and it is indeed for Ulster University. And it's Callum Daly this time going on. There he is, number 19. So another change for Ulster University. Do you know what's been a wee bit disappointing, I have to say? It's a bit quiet.
Yeah.
You know, we haven't had any real drama, or, you know, maybe they're saving it for the last 15 minutes or so, or maybe it's just the conditions. It's very difficult for the players out there, but I'm kind of waiting for this game to catch life.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It has been quite tame at times here. It dies down, it does get quiet, and with the Belfast rivalry here, but there's still plenty of time yet to go, and it's a tight game, so I'm sure that things will get a little bit feisty and a little bit louder come the last 10-15 minutes.
The man who went off was James Donaghy, number 7 from Carrickmore for Ulster University. A lot of Tyrone men there this year. This is Conal Higgins, I think, going for it. And that's a great score. Again, given the conditions, that's brilliant football. Well, Dan Higgins, the captain, is not out there. He's injured, so they lost him. But the brother, Conal, from the Mahara Felt Club there, that's really intelligent play to carry it all the way forward and then get the kick away at just the right time, and they get back into a 2-point lead.
Yeah, no, it is very important for them to take these points, and I'm sure Ulster are disappointed in their they've missed a couple in this half, so they'd want to make up for that. But while Queens are taking those chances.
On the break, it's the man who just came into the play. It's Leo Hughes for Ulster University, and he gets the decision. Yeah, it's been a bit stop-start, but here, that's the way to do it. Use the solo and go, get on with the game, take advantage of the new rules, and it's Danny McDermott going for it, and he's put it over, and that to me was all down to what the new rules are about. You know, just get on with it.
Yeah, exactly. It is especially good for games like this where one team would want to slow the game right down, and that comes with some fouling around the middle of the field or in their own attack, just to slow the game right down. But now you can't do that anymore with the new rules, which is fantastic.
Kick out gets amazing distance as well. In fact, goes over all of them and goes out. I suppose the wind's carrying it over that side as well. As you say, it's going to cross the field more, and it carried that kick out, but still good distance from the goalkeeper. But it's an Ulster University ball. 10-9 then, coming up to the 3-quarter mark. And Queens still have that lead. It was 3 at half time. They've got a lead of 1. It's a fragile lead, but it's still a lead. And in a derby game like this, where the challengers are going in and it's tough stuff out there, and another Queen's decision there, they've got it. Frustration there for Ulster University, but all these little moments are adding up and just adding to the tension. He's going to require a little bit of treatment there. So the other game tonight in the Sigerson Cup started at 8 o'clock, so it's half an hour gone in that one. And that's ATU Galway against DCU. So we'll try and get something on that for you. And then by the end of tonight, we'll be down to 8 teams left in the Sigerson Cup. This is a chance from earlier. That car got in the way off. Just while we're waiting for this. Oh, good man, you've got the latest on that one, have you? The DCU game. So ATU Galway 1-7, DCU 1-8. Is it half time or nearly? It is half time. All right, so 1 point in that one. So DCU, you know, who looked fantastic a couple of weeks ago against Ulster University, but only 1 point ahead there down at ATU Galway. And Ulster University 1 point down. But Queen's coming here looking for another score, and it's gone into the net, which of course won't be allowed. But the referee's bringing it back. So there's going to be a free in here for Queen's. And they've been really gutsy, aren't they, you know? With the way the game's going, they just seem to be able to keep Ulster University at bay and get up and get a few scores here and there.
Yeah, they are. They're putting a high press on Ulster University as well. It looks like Ulster are struggling to get out of their own half. We saw a few minutes ago Ulster had a sideline ball, and they just kept that high press so that Ulster can't use the wind in their favour to break down the field, which is very good, but it's very difficult work.
Has he got it? Oh, he has put it in. I thought it was maybe just to the left on that far side, but he's put it over. And that's an excellent score. Was it Ronan Cassidy? Of course it was, from Dunnotmore in Tyrone. And that puts them out to a 2 point game again. And we're now in the 3rd quarter. What if they hold out here? It'll be an amazing achievement, I have to say. There's been a lot of great togetherness, and Queen's doing an awful lot right this year behind the scenes and doing everything right, and the lads have all bought into it. I mean, the likes of Anton Tuchel as the chair of the football committee, and they're showing that togetherness now, to be fair, Ronan.
Yeah, they really are. We can see them just, everyone's diving on the ball here at the minute, both teams, and they're roaring from the sidelines here too. I think this game is going to get intense now. Yeah,
we're getting our wish now. It is starting to heat up a little bit, and it's Hines in there, but he's 2 men around him, and he's got the decision. That's more like it.
It really is. Everyone's just going hell for leather at the minute, it looks like, just with the conditions. It's men diving on balls and other men diving in to tackle them, and it's up and down at the minute, which is very, very entertaining to watch.
Yeah. The Queens have it. 2-point lead. About 13 to go, and going looking and carrying it at them as well. That's been really clever, and then support play as well. They might even get a goal. Great save by the goalkeeper, but Noah Grimes is there, and he's trying to get something on it, and they don't. And that was Ronan Burns from Drumgathy, Ulster University goalkeeper, coming to the rescue there, and that could be a crucial save when we look back at the end. Ronan, you're a goalkeeper, you'd appreciate that?
Yeah, it's a very, very good save. The attacker tried to bring it around him, try sidestepping past him, but he was very, very quick on his feet, Ronan Burns, to get across and then dive at the attacker's foot. It was very, very good goalkeeping and very good goalkeeping, and it's kept Ulster in this game.
Do you know what's strange? I mean, the teams playing into the difficult conditions have kind of not dominated, but they've had more of the play in both halves, and more of the chances. They've created more.
They have. They've been able to run at Ulster University's defence, which has paid good dividends for them. They're getting through, clipping some points, and as we saw, a couple of goal chances as well. So it is working well for them, their attacking play.
Now he fancies this. Ben Cullen, has he got it? Has he got it? He has, and it's a 2-pointer. It's definitely a 2-pointer, and that wipes out all the good work that Queens have done, because we're level with 12 minutes to go, and it's Ben Cullen from Eden Dork and Tyrone with it.
Yeah, it's a very, very impressive point there by Ben Cullen. With these conditions, Queens may take their points every now and again with taking away at the points, but then Ulster can just come up the field and hit a 2-pointer like that.
The man going off there, 14, is Cian O'Brien from Ulster University, and the man on is Jamie Doran from the Ballyholan club down in Newry, or just outside, up on the hill. Ulster University get it, their tails are up now, and the bench has become very animated down below us. He's fancying it from there, he's put it in. That would be an amazing score, but he hasn't. That was ambitious, even with the breeze. In fact, he was on the wrong side really to use the breeze. Ben Cullen used the breeze perfectly a minute ago. 11 to go, and it's 11 points each as well. Aaron Lee with a kick out up the middle, and it's won by Ulster University. They're starting to just turn the screw a little bit. Gary Mohan goes past Conor O'Neill, looking for a bit of support, and gets it as well. And there's a lot of tugging going on there, and I think that's going to be a free in, and it is, and a golden opportunity for Ulster University to get into the lead. And it was Mohan there just taking the game and taking on a few men and forcing the mistake, and in the end it was Ryan McGill, the captain, who was fouled.
Yeah, no, that was great play by Ulster. They really are putting the pressure on now. You can hear the benches really, really erupting, pushing their men on, and I'm sure Queens are doing the same at the far side, but Ulster are really, really turning the screw here, putting the pressure on Queens, and now they go 1 point up.
They do. It's 1 point in it with 10 to go, and we've been waiting for this to happen for 20 minutes of the second half. They held out Queens, but it's going to be so difficult now that they are behind. They don't have a lead to defend, and there's the substitution as well being made, and I think it's
17 for 15.
17 for 15. Ryan McQuillan going off. I was looking and thinking, was that 13? But they wouldn't be taking Noah Grimes off. Those light green numbers are a wee bit hard to see, especially if it was on that far side there. And a little bit of tugging around the middle behind the referee's back, but no matter. We go on with the play, and still good distance, and that brilliantly taken by Tuchel. Anton Tuchel stepping up for his team and showing real leadership there. That was a great fetch in the middle of the field to get possession for his team. Now it is Noah Grimes, and more trickery from him. Beautiful feet there, dancing around his man, but just doesn't have the finish. very unlucky. He was obviously trying to use the breeze and it just didn't come in. But a really good move all the way from the goalkeeper and the big men standing up for Queens there.
Yeah, no, that was a very, very good fetch in the middle field by Anton Holy rose above everyone and still came down to the ball even in the greasy conditions. And then there's a great sidestep by Noah Grimes, but just unfortunately for him the finish didn't come off.
There's about 2,500 devices tuned into this game tonight. That's a huge crowd, and I'm sure all over Ireland and even beyond tuned into this Belfast derby to see what happens in the last 9 minutes here. Queen's not giving up the ghost by any means. They're taking it to Ulster University, even though they now find themselves behind. They're trying to work it in. This is brilliant football. They're just moving it around really cleverly and really well. And are they going to get the reward? Very unlucky again. That's one on either side of the posts. And, you know, last week against UCC, Ronan, they didn't take their chances. And now here tonight, that's two that have been missed. And I wonder, will they really regret the goal opportunities? They did brilliantly to carve them out, but weren't able to take them.
Yeah, no, they do need to start taking some of these chances. That's 2 or 3 wides in a row for Queens. And with those conditions, when you do get those shots that are scoreable, they need to make sure that they go over the bar.
The only thing is they're still creating them.
Yeah, they're still creating them, and there's still plenty of time left to go, 8 minutes. So
well,
there's...
It'd be a concern for Ulster University, actually. You know, as I say, Queens have done really well in this half and they've played most of the football, it has to be said. But Ulster have the lead in the last 8 minutes now. They go short, but instead they put it in there. And why not? Now, is that a push? It is.
The Queen's University bench not happy about that. They believe that, it is. Whoever took that sideline ball for Ulster University stepped over the line. So I think Sean Herson's now starting to talk to his linesman.
I think he's still giving the free, though.
Oh, he's still giving the free.
He's still giving it, but good spot, Ronan. You're absolutely right. There was an issue about that as well. But no, he's given the free. I think. Yeah, free for Ulster University. He's a long way out, and the breeze, as I say, is going across the field into his face, so I don't think he'll be looking to try and score, but they'll maybe try and work it in. But they don't have anybody in there. Well, one man, Ulster University, I'm just looking off camera here, they've one man up, so they just decide to keep possession instead and get it back to Gary Mohan, who's had a really good game for them. That's the 24 who came in. That's Leo Hughes. So they've made subs early in the second half, and you know they've been good subs. They've brought in fresh legs, and they've all contributed well. And as has this man, Ben Cullen, got a great score a little while ago. That one's gone to the right and wide though. It was his 2-pointer that got us back level. So it's Ulster University in Jordanstown. 1 point to the good. With 6 or 7 minutes to go. The kick out is high, so it will be held up in the breeze. On the break, it's Ulster who get it. That's a good ball over the top. And they're getting men out in front as well, but he's going to want to come all the way back out, is he? He can't. It's Charlie Diamond. Now they're going to come back out. They just want to keep possession as much as they can. And they're doing that. And you see the Queen's man there, and he's the third man. If he steps forward, it's a breach. No, it's not. I'm getting myself mixed up. It's the other side I'm thinking of. I was wondering what he was doing standing there. Ignore what I just said.
Maybe a sideline ball for Queens anyway, back on their own 21.
Yeah, and this is Conal Higgins, who got that good score in the last 6 or 7 minutes or so. They come forward again, Queens. You really have to admire the way they've applied themselves here tonight. And they keep possession as well, coming forward with pace as well. And they get it to the number 4, and the number 4 is actually, he must have come on there, and I didn't spot him coming on. Is that Paddy McGurk? I think it is Paddy McGurk. And this is Tohill. Now, he was tackled there as he kicked it, and Ulster University's bench are delighted with it, but he's not going to get anything more out of that. So let's watch it again, exactly what happened here. Grimes give it into him here, and there's a challenge there. Now, referee says there wasn't a foul. I don't think there was, to be fair.
No, I don't think so. Sean Herson is letting a lot go here today. He just wants the game to stay quick, which you do admire. It's exactly what you want for entertainment purposes. I know some refs may have given that, but no, I do think he was okay not to give it as well.
Kick out, good distance on it. Queens win it on the break. Gets to number 2. Was it Joey Clark? Yeah. And they come again, Queens. Good clever play again, and they're getting men forward. Clever play. Grimes comes looking for it. Long way from goal. But he can make something happen, whether he scores or makes it happen. He goes for the space and goes inside 2 players. Go on the ground though. And it's going to be taken away, and it is taken away. And it was Senan Carr who got it, but the referee has blown. Now, what's this for? Is he giving a free? Or maybe it was an injury or something to the player. I think he was maybe concerned about. No, it's not a free in. And indeed, you could tell by Noah's expression there, he was disappointed when he realised it wasn't. Yeah, he looks to be in a bit of pain there. He's hobbling away from that exchange. And it's definitely an Ulster University ball, as you can see. Down to the last just over 3 minutes now. Oh, and that's good play from Queens to win it back again, getting out in front. That's great tenacity, and it was Conor O'Neill who got in there. McGurk involved, Cassidy involved, lots of Tyrone and Derry men out there. Who have they got? Are they going to be able to get a score here? Are they going to be able to turn this around? It's going to be a free in, I think. And it is. There's an opportunity here for Queens, and I really am admiring the way they have applied themselves in the last quarter of this game. They have gone at Ulster University and they've drawn a free there, and it's a golden opportunity. Not an easy one in the conditions, but Ronan Cassidy more than capable of putting it over the bar. I know you're with Ulster, but you were with Queens before, so maybe you don't mind admiring them as much as I am, Ronan.
No, it is making for a good entertaining finish here if he puts this over the bar.
Has he got it? I think he has. And he has. It's level again. 2 minutes to go. And Queens have shown terrific spirit to level it. 2 to go. Ronan Burns. Nobody going short. Nobody allowed to go short because of the Queen's press that Ronan pointed out earlier. So the kick goes long. And it comes out to this side, which it hasn't done too often, and Queens get it yet again. And the man brought down, and it was Conor O'Neill, rather crudely brought to ground by Danny McDermott, as you see. And Sean Herson coming over. Now, he has shown a few yellow cards, but I don't think he's showing one this time. He's just coming over because O'Neill is on the ground. The man on the ball is Scullion. So it's tight and it's tense. But somebody is going to be a hero, maybe in the next couple of minutes to win it, or we'll be looking at extra time. It's Queens coming again though, and Tohill trying to make things happen. He gets it to McGurk. I feel like I'm commentating on the 1993 All-Ireland final with McGurk and Tohill pulling the strings. I wonder, could he put it over with a left foot? Well, O'Neill tried it, and he had to try it. But really difficult shooting into that end. Yeah,
it is very difficult. I do believe that they may have, or that they should have passed around a little bit more or waited for the better opportunity, because that was a very, very difficult shot to hit with that breeze. But I do know he hit one earlier on in the half, quite similar on the other side, so he may have fancied himself. But now it's Ulster University's turn.
Yeah, the keeper belts it out, goes the other side this time. On the break, Queens win it again, and they move it quickly and cleverly as well. They are going looking for a winner here, and it's Tohill coming forward for Queens. Surely not up here at Jordanstown. Could they get a late winner over their Belfast rivals? They're certainly knocking on the door. We're now in added time. Paul Rice in front of me looks at his watch as well. Yeah, we're in added time, Paul. It's close and it's tight, and it's Queens who are doing all of the pressing with Conor O'Neill. He missed one a minute ago, but he makes a push to try and get through, and he's brought down. He's got the free, he's got the decision, and it's outside the arc. But in these conditions, I can't see anybody putting it over from there, seriously. But if they did, it would be a two-pointer, Ronan. It would be the winner of the game.
I do see Anton Tohill going over for it, and I know we can hit 45, so we'll see how he gets on now with
he did. I think he won the first week against University of Galway, you're right. And this is inside that. And he's actually moved it a bit further back. he maybe fancies it, and maybe the breeze isn't quite as bad at the minute.
Well, it has died down now, just as you have mentioned that. So
1 minute into added time at the end, and Anton Tuchel, the captain tonight, the vice-captain of the team in the absence of Dan Higgins, goes for it. The teams are level. Into the second minute now, he gives it everything, and it might even go over. Has it gone over? It has. In fact, it is a 2-pointer, and it's a glorious score from Tuchel. Well, the tradition is there. The Tuchels, the McGurks, famous names. Like I say, I feel like I'm commentating on the 1993 All-Ireland final when Derry won it. Or when indeed Tuchel and McGurk and those boys and Diamond and all those Derry men were playing for Queens in the past. It's like reliving the good old days. Have they done enough though? Have they gone into the lead by 2 points? Is that going to be enough to win it here? Nearly 2 minutes in, Ulster University now are going to have to try and provide something special at the other end. And of course 1 point won't do it, and I don't know how much time is going to be left, so maybe they have to go for a 2-pointer, or maybe just be old-fashioned and go for a goal and try and win it. But they have put it in there, and it's tricky. It's on the break, and they've got it on the break. They need to work something here. Is there drama right at the end? Finally, it goes across the goals and wide. The players in the dugout beside me couldn't believe it. They thought that was the moment. And there's the substitute getting involved there. It was the number 19. He put it across the goals. And that was Callum Daly. He went for glory there, and that would have won it, surely. But it's going wide as we watch the point that we think may have won it, but there's still time.
I think it's been brought back for a free. Ulster University did have an advantage there, so
yep.
I think they're just going to... that he is kicking against the wind here. I think that's Charlie Diamond, so this would be a very, very big kick, but Ulster University have every man that they have inside the square as well.
He needs to go to the back post with the breeze here, surely, and hope someone gets something on it. Or is he gone for the 2-pointer? Is it going over? It is, and it's gone near post, and it's gone wide. It's gone wide. Nearly 3 minutes into added time, and surely that's about it, Ronan. Oh, hold on, the referee's blown his whistle, but I think he's only blown it to allow a substitution, so maybe we do have more time.
Yeah, there didn't seem to be too many stoppages in this half or the last half, so I don't know if he'll play too much added time, but Ulster University need to get their hands on this kick out quick if he does play on.
Yeah, I think it's Luke Diamond who went off. Right, 3.5 minutes into added time. Who's going to win this kick out? It's obviously crucial. I think it's a Queen's ball. It is a Queen's ball. It came off the Ulster man. I think it might have been, I'm not sure who it was actually, but anyway, it's definitely a Queen's ball. So it's all about Sean Herson now, how much time he allows. Well, I said a while ago, Ronan, it would be a monumental effort from Queens if they manage to turn this round against the breeze, and they look like they're going to do it, and they've worked it, and they might even get a score right at the end of it. He's going to walk it into the goal, is he? He's put it in the goal, and it's Joey Clark from Donaghmore in Tyrone who's got a goal right at the end. And we're now 5 minutes into added time at the end of the game. It didn't look likely about 10 minutes ago, but you really have to credit Queens here. And it was a cornerback who come up, and they've won the Belfast derby up here. They've won it in Jordanstown in Ulster University's own pitch, and you see there what it means to them. The captain tonight, Anton Tuchel. Higgins is out there as well. Conal, his brother, is normally the captain, didn't make it tonight, but they overcame adversity tonight, and they showed real guts and desire and togetherness in the last 10 minutes to come from behind and to win it and to get into the quarterfinals of the 2026 Electric Ireland Sigerson Cup. A huge effort by Queens, and they deserve all the credit in the world.
Yeah, no, it was a very, very impressive game by Queen's University there in the second half. The press that they put on Ulster University was very impressive as well. Ulster University were struggling to get out of their own half at times, it looked like, and that's exactly what Queens would have wanted, because then they can't use the win to their advantage. I know they did get forward a couple of times and score 2-pointers, but when Queens did have the ball, they were able to attack Ulster University's defence and get some hand passes through, pop some points over the bar, and even get a couple of goal chances as well.
Well, there's this goal right at the end, but that was the icing on the cake. For me, it was Tuchel's 45. Not inside the 45 for the 2-pointer. What a kick that was to take on. And he hadn't been taking them all night, but that was leadership to take that responsibility. Yeah,
we see it here now. It was a seriously impressive kick. He used
not even a big walk back or anything, you know?
No, not even. He's a very, very tall, strong man, so I think he just used the power in his legs to get that over the bar. he used the conditions perfectly. He aimed for the far right post, hung it up in the air, and let the wind kind of take it closer to the middle of or over the black spot. But he had loads and loads of distance on it too. He had another 5-10 yards on that as well, I believe.
Well, you're too young, but I remember his dad doing exactly the same thing. He would have put over the 45s and they sailed over. You know, and a midfielder as well, who you don't often see. Dan McCartan out there in the middle having a word with the lads. He'll be thrilled. They'll all be thrilled. And, you know, Queens have gone through 3 really tough games now. University of Galway, you know, UCC, and now Ulster University, and they're through to the quarterfinals, and they deserve to be there because that was an absolutely fantastic performance tonight. And it's Ulster University who are out of the competition. And we are down to the last 8. The draw will be made with UCD, UCC, UL and TUD all in there, and they'll be paired. So Queen's University, well, they won't get UCC because they played them already, so Queen's will get UCD or UL or TUD, and elsewhere is it 110 to 19 you're saying? No, 110 to 19 for DCU in the other game, which is a bit to go yet. So DCU winning there, but just by a point, and Maynooth of course are in there, and University of Galway. So we're nearly down to 8 teams, but well done to Queens here tonight. We'll go out and get a few interviews with them and some reaction to that. They've come into the Lions' Den and they have faced up to it in, as I say, adverse conditions, and they've come out smiling. It is Queens who have won the Belfast Derby and grabbed the bragging rights. From Ronan and myself, we hope you have enjoyed the coverage, and we'll hopefully see you again next week in the quarterfinals. But for now, it's goodbye.